You guys, I cannot even put into words the amount of angry and annoyed I am today because of circumstances that are happening that are making me angry beyond belief. But let me tell you, what is a great thing to make me forget about my anger? Watching this science fiction show with the coolest goddamn science fiction worlds. I think we see three worlds or three kind of places, different places in this show that are so cool. And it's Trantor, like the really down deep parts where Brother Day goes to. It's that interstellar space station thingy that looks so goddamn cool. I'm like a little child looking at that thing. And when Dawn was running on the top, so beyond cool. And third is Heaven or Haven. I didn't properly see the name, and I watched this episode twice today. For the reasons why I'm angry, I had to watch it twice. And that's so cool. It's like a narrow little thingy, and one side is freezing cold and on the other side is warm. That is so cool. And I mean, I'm a girly who likes to complain about how hot it is in the summer and complain about how rainy it is in the winter, and I always want the other thing when I don't have it. I feel like I would be happy there. Like the moment I start feeling like it's too warm, where is the rain? I would just go to the other side. I mean, it's not rain, it's snow, but still. Tens de ligar para lá então, ou tipo, eles têm, porque são eles que comunicam informação uns com os outros, são eles que têm que resolver isto, não somos nós. You know, maybe I should keep in that little exchange for you to see why I'm angry. Maybe just fast forward a little bit. Anyway, I just enjoyed the worlds tremendously. This is one of my favorite things about this show, is the goddamn worlds. And starting with Day, that's where the episode starts. We see the really down deep of Trantor, and I was surprised by Demerzel's reaction in a way, because she was like, oh, let him go. We will never see him again. He's not going to be trouble. He just wants to live his beautiful life with his wife. But I feel like she said that more in a tone of he doesn't know what he got himself into. He will be eaten alive, metaphorically. But I don't think he will leave, because he was even saying that thing of, let's see how far I can go, because even the Empire is trapped by the Empire. I don't have a feeling that he's going to try to escape the planet or anything at all. And also, I mean, since we saw this part of his journey, because we could have just as easily seen Demerzel get the body out of the dam and that will be it, but we saw his part of the story. I'm assuming that we are going to continue to see this part of the story, and we are going to see him deliver the little piece to the fanatics in that religion, and we're going to see him reunite with his boo. His boo is not going to remember him. It's going to be a whole shenanigans. But I feel like he's not gonna leave. I feel like he's gonna stay somewhere with her, somewhere there, because I mean, why would she go with him? She doesn't remember him, and she is a fanatic for that religion. So the moment that she knows that there's like a living robot, the religion is going to explode, isn't it? Like, the pieces keep falling in the direction of Demerzel. They just do. I just know that she's going to be so important for the future. I don't know how. And now, at the ending of the episode, we see that she went to see Gaal. And a commenter on my previous video made a very good point, which is that Demerzel is not fighting for any individual Cleon. She's fighting for the continuation of the Empire, of the dynasty of the Cleons. So when she sees Gaal, literally the person in the galaxy that is making sure that the Empire will fall, when she sees her, I mean, oh, you know, I'm so, like, I know Gaal will be fine. I know she'll be fine. She has to be fine. But I'm so fearing for my girl. Like, when I saw that at the end, and even Gaal was, like, she saw Demerzel and she was scared. What hell, whatever the hell is gonna happen, I know I'm gonna be clocked in to watch next week. But I mean, there's no way. Let's talk about the whole thing. I was gonna say there's no way Brother Dawn is gone. There's no way. I mean, he has the nanobots or whatever the hell they're called. So Demerzel, for sure, before going to Gaal, she went to get Dawn, for sure. But let's talk about the whole shenanigan of... Honestly, my biggest pet peeve with this episode and with Gaal was her... Like, she could have lied. You are capable, like, you are willing to allow this maniac to destroy an entire planet full of people, and you're not willing to lie to Dawn? Gaal, just lie. Tell him some lie saying that it was a very small possibility. It was a very small percentage possibility or something. Like, it was in the calculations, but it was so small that she could never think he would do it. Like, something. Tell him a good enough lie that he at least gets on the goddamn ship with you. I don't understand why she couldn't lie. Like, big fans of this show, please explain it to me in the comments why she couldn't lie to him. Because she even had evidence prior in the episode that he was not completely trustworthy when he shot that person and wasn't really letting Gaal in on the situation. And like, there were hints when he shot the girl. There were hints when he was saying that he was raised to be cruel or that he wasn't raised to be kind or whatever. There were hints that he wasn't completely under her control. Why didn't she lie to him to get him on the goddamn ship? And another thing, if the only reason that Gaal is having to do all of this shit to make sure that Empire has less power than it has right now, because it isn't supposed to have as much power it has right now, and it only has as much power as it has right now because Demerzel is the goddamn Radiant and it has been using it to help the Empire. If Gaal is having to do all these shenanigans to propel the Foundation as the most powerful galactic force and to sink down the Empire, why did Harry give her the goddamn Radiant? And I mean, Gaal knows that Harry gave her the Radiant. They have to talk it out, right? Gaal and Demerzel have to talk it out. Like, why he gave her the Radiant. Why? Because there has to be an explanation as to how the Empire can continue through the destruction. Or maybe why the Cleon dynasty can continue even after the destruction of the Empire. There has to be some solution, because if Demerzel is against the Foundation has a big problem. Especially now that Demerzel is in the goddamn ship with Gaal. If Demerzel is against them, is against the Second Foundation, and now in this position where she's at with Gaal, they're screwed. She's Demerzel. She's the coolest robot in the galaxy. Can you tell that I'm a Demerzel fangirl? No, but there has to be like a way for the Cleon dynasty to carry on while the Empire falls. Or at least Gale's gonna have to do her best to convince her, because how in the world is Demerzel going to allow Gaal to live there, like, unharmed? After everything, is she just gonna lie to her or try to lie to her that she was trying to help the Empire? Demerzel is not an idiot. I mean, if Demerzel thought that doing this would help the Empire, she would have advised Day to do it or Dawn to do it. Right? What a mess. Oh, by the way, speaking of mess, am I the only person who didn't notice that Gaal had an Australian accent? Because I feel like it came out of nowhere in this episode. Have I not been paying attention to Gaal? Because why was she with an Australian accent? Was I the only one who saw this? Another interesting detail that we see is that the Second Foundation has people potentially infiltrated in a lot of different places. We see also the accent. We see Zara. She called her Zara, not Zara. We see Zara, right? We see Zara, and I mean, I could imagine that the Second Foundation has a lot of mentalics hidden away in a lot of advantageous places. So that was a nice little detail to see. I mean, it could also be that they implanted Zara there to just use her for this specific mission, but I feel like it would be a good strategy to have a bunch of Second Foundation members / mentalics to be infiltrated in a lot of influential places or important places in the galaxy. I mean, if that is a strategy, I'm very satisfied. Not impressed, but satisfied. Sorry, you guys, I had to go get some melon because I have chronic condition that makes me really tired, and in the summer it's hell, and I can only get energy by eating a lot. And because I have a very fast metabolism, like, even though I eat a lot, it goes away really fast, and then because I have this condition, I get really tired, so I have to keep eating a lot, even though it goes away really fast, because I need more energy to stay awake. So yeah. What was I saying? No, I was talking about Gaal and brother Don. Very curious about how the conversation between Gaal and Emerald is going to turn out. But speaking of Gaal, we also see Pendant Guy, whose name I cannot remember for the life of me. We also see Pendant Guy, and I just have to say, the way they treated him in New Terminus, disgusting. The showing him his bare ass, and then the girl going back to him and taking away his pendant. Leave his pendant alone. That was nasty. That was really nasty. Why are they turning on him like that? Like, First Foundation really are a bunch of shitholes at this point. It's funny that we see him kind of starting to suggest the importance of, what's his name? Maggie. Magnifico. They've started calling him Maggie. They're so cute. Like, I love the couple. Oh my god. I'll discuss them in a bit. But Pendant Guy has started trying to suggest the little monarch little idiot in the First Foundation that this guy, Magnifico, Maggie, has potentially the thing that will break the mule with his instrument, and however the music influences the mule's influence on other people, and they just jail him. It's so funny. It's so funny to see the people who are actually thinking far ahead in the future and they have the good ideas are jailed for it. Like, so sorry you guys, I talked with a mouthful, and I know that most of my audience is from the US and you guys hate that because it's bad manners, I guess. But they did that to Harry Seldon as well. He was talking about the future. It was like he was trying to open their eyes, and they didn't care, and they kind of just threw him away on a little planet somewhere. And I mean, now the place he created, the First Foundation, is doing the same thing to the person who is literally Harry Seldon then to them, the way that he was to the Empire before. Anyway, throw him away in a jail. Throw away the person who has the actual important information in jail. That seems very smart. Thank you, First Foundation. Let's talk about the couple. I love them. I love the couple. I don't remember the guy's name, but I'm gonna call him Marlowe Jr. And the lady's name is Beta, isn't it? Loved the story of the lady. Loved it. That she was born on planet that traded with the First Foundation, and she's known as a climber because she climbed society's hierarchy. Beautiful. And so beautiful that she decided to stop climbing for her boo. And I mean, she is the husband, you know? But the thing I've been thinking about the couple and Maggie, cute, it's so adorable, about the couple and Magnifico is the goddamn instrument. First of all, I did notice, and I found it adorable, that when Magnifico went to run for the sun part of the narrow thing, that he tossed his instrument to Marlowe Jr. and just trusted him with it, trusted that he would bring it back to him and take care of it and not destroy it. Beautiful. But I'm very curious about what the hell the goddamn instrument is, and like, where did it come from and who built it? Was like Magnifico the one who built his own instrument? Is this an instrument that is common in other parts of the galaxy? Is this a unique thing that exists just for Magnifico? Because I don't know, because I was thinking that maybe he is a mentalic and he also has the capacity to influence people. But if he had been one, surely the mule would have noticed it. Because when Beta is kind of explaining her understanding of what the instrument actually does, she doesn't really speak of mind and of thoughts. She speaks of emotions, of emotional states, of an instrument that is capable of enhancing the emotional state. That, like, it didn't seem like the instrument could, like, create a new emotion within you, could, like, make you feel something that you're not feeling already. It mostly felt like it could enhance an emotion you are already feeling. Like when he's in battle with a mule, if the people around him are already fearing him because it's a battle, and of course you have, a certain amount of fear, he can then tap into that feeling that you have, into that fear that you have, and enhance it to a point where you can be controlled with it. I don't know, did I understand that part wrong? Because regardless of whether I understood that part wrong or not, it messes with your feelings, not with your thoughts. And that's how the mule uses it to amplify his power, because he no longer can control. Guys, I burp so much when I eat melon. But I'm actually proud of my burps, so I'm gonna leave that one in. I also know that most of my audience is guys, because apparently this is a show for guys. Unfortunately, I haven't found my foundation fan girlies, so I'm gonna leave that burp in. Classify it as you will. And what was I saying? Yeah. The mule can control people's minds. He can get into their heads, control their thoughts. But if the instrument amplifies whatever emotion they are feeling, it is a great compliment to a person who can read minds and control minds, because if you can control several aspects of a person, doesn't it make the control a lot more complete over that person? But yeah, I was thinking that he might be a mentalic, but probably not, because then the mule would have figured it out. But this is one of the things that I'm dying to know the most at the moment, is like the whole mystery behind this goddamn instrument, because they don't really seem freaked out by the instrument. They seem like contextualized. And what I'm thinking is it unique just to this person, or is it an instrument that exists and is widely spread, but then this person uses it in a particular way because they have a particular gift or ability? Another thing about the couple, and particularly about Beta, I said this before in a previous review. I said, isn't it cool to see the people in that world who are thinking way far ahead, and the people that we can distinguish for being smarter than everyone else because they can recognize the importance of the mule? And then it turned out that these people were just in contact with Gaal. They weren't smarter. They weren't paying more attention than everyone else. They were just in contact with Gaal. And now here we have Beta, who doesn't seem to be part of the second foundation, who doesn't seem to even know Gaal, or we have no indication so far that she knows Gaal, who knows how important the mule is, and who immediately recognized how important the instrument player Magnifico is. So I'm once again tempted to say, oh, look here, a really smart character. Oh, look here, she knows what she's doing. Oh, look here, a potential very important person to pay attention to. But it might just turn out in the future episode that she actually knew Gaal and knew what to look out for. Let's see. I'm expecting it, but I will be very happy if it was all from her own deduction. Now the mule. I was saying this because when they are escaping, when, like, the mule does this whole thing. Oh, you thought you had me, you little shit. You thought you had me, but you're gonna be blown to pieces. Your armada is gone. The country you're trying to defend is gone. Your loved ones in that country, gone. And man, while Don was running away, he was saying to himself, he was expecting us. How did he know about the enclosure? How did he know that it was going to be right now? How did he know? And I mean, we could just assume that he was preparing for it, right? that he was preparing for it to happen. He was already staying outside of the planet somewhere, and he had rigged the thingy. I don't remember the name. The thingy where the ships arrived, the gate. That he had it prepared to use it as a weapon against the planet as soon as the ambush happened, the enclosure happened. I guess we can say that he was just preparing for it and was prepared for it when it happened. But I don't know, because I get the feeling that there's something behind that man. Because I was saying this in another review, that he was so sure of his victory. He was so sure that he would succeed. Like when they took the instrument player, God damn it, Magnifico, when they took Magnifico, he was kind of bummed out, but he wasn't enraged or like readying himself to throw, to send people after them or something. He was like, sucks, but everything will turn out right in the end. I believe in myself as, the conqueror of the galaxy. I know things will go my way. How does he know? How is he so sure? And now, how is he so ready for this? Like in my mind, I think either there's someone feeding him information, there's someone who has a radiant or something like that, who is preparing for future events, or there's someone pulling his strings. Like, more and more, the mule looks like a puppet to me. Like a little face to show the galaxy when conducting all of these actions, and then in fact is someone behind him guiding him or manipulating him or pulling his strings or whatever. So yeah, that's my final observation. Now I'm gonna eat the rest of my melon and watch Chief of War. Yeah, and you can find me here tomorrow to review that show again. And I need to stop doing this. Okay, I'm gonna cut that one burp out just because it was very tiny and embarrassing. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.